Sup Minecrafters, SirRobHiFi here. I'm at the storage room and as you can see I've made a lot of progress, but there's still a lot of work to do. If we have a quick look around here, there's already item frames and filters set up for pretty much every stackable item in the game, except for a couple things like beacons and wither skulls, which I haven't done yet. And we have spaces free over here, for example, for the new carpets coming soon. So that's ready to go when those come in. But I do need to do some switching out of the filters. I don't know if you've seen my tutorial, but some of these items like sugar is going to be sent straight to the potion room first, and the overflow will come here. Because we're going to have a constant flow of it, there's going to be a lot, so I'm going to have to change this filter out for a bigger one and have a lot more capacity, because at the moment there's probably, I think, only about 3.5 double chests of space for sugar, and we're going to need a lot more. There's other items that are going to be coming from the witch farm, same kind of thing. I'm going to have to switch out the filters. And some of these things I've already got the big lockable filters for things like redstone dust, but more work to do there on some of these foodstuffs and things. But anyway, let's have a look outside. The digging's going really well, and down to level 9 over here, and getting pretty close to bedrock now. Having to deal with a lot of lava, but it's not too big a deal. But it is kind of boring, kind of tedious, so I decided to take a break from digging, and what I wanted to do is deal with the peaceful switch over here, because now it's just kind of hanging in the air and it's pretty ugly. So I want to kind of deal with that. I want to put a box around it, make a bit of a room out of it, and maybe even get it set up so that I can send the zombies into the nether and back again. But first of all, I'm going to need to build a box around it. I've got myself some materials. I'm going to be using some blue wool and some glass, and you should be able to see why in a minute here. So first of all, I think I should reset today so I can see what I'm doing a bit better. Alright. Don't know if you heard the sheep, but the blue sheep is underneath here somewhere, walking around in the back of the system there. Right, so let's shoot across over here. I've set up a starting point where I'm going to build the bottom corner. And I have to be careful not to look over there, because there's something that is not ready to be revealed yet. Anyway, if I get down onto here and dig down, I've got my starting block here. And I want to go out 16 by 16. So let's see, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Oh boy. I'm going to have to turn that down. Turn it down real low, because that's going to get annoying. I don't want to kill them yet, but I'll probably kill them rather than trying to move them back up into this room. Oh, I wasn't counting. Let's try this from over here. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Right. So let's get this basic layout going, and I'll do the floor level, and you should then be able to see, or at least get an idea of why I'm using wool and glass. Let's get some glass ready in here. Wow, they are noisy. I don't know if it's as loud to you guys, but let's get that all the way down. So it's going to be glass, wall, glass, wall, and 1, 2, 3, 4 glass. Back to there. Alright, so that's going to be the kind of setup. Let's continue that around. 2 glass. That's wrong. Oh, I lost it. Alright. 4, 2, 1. Do that again here. 2 and 4 and 2, 1. One more time. 2, 3, 4, 2, there. Let's see. Now we're just going to have line of wool. It's not what I meant to do. I always seem to be building way up in the sky and having to shift click and avoid falling. I'm bound to fall sooner or later. I always do. The thing is though, then as I start to scream and curse and swear, and I have to edit the video. That I don't want there. I don't really want to have to jump down and get this stuff, so I got one of them. Alright, the next bit is going to be 2 by 2 glass. Well, and then a 2 by 4 over here. Some more wool out. 2 by 2. Continue with the wool. And let's just cut straight across here with the wool. Might be easier, a bit quicker. And this is the grid completed. Throw in the glass here. Oh, not quite. Some more wool there. Let's see, is it starting to look like anything yet? Okay. I keep track of where the glass actually is because it's kind of hard to see with connected textures. I think that's everything, right? So I built this corner as close to the corner of this as I could while still leaving an access piece on the side there. So you can see it comes, I can walk around inside here even after the case is on. And I actually want to go 1, 2, 3 more up, I think. And yeah, so this means now that I'll be able to fit as well on top and inside. The other thing is that I dropped this level down far enough that when the mobs drop down into here, and we can keep them down here somewhere, they'll be far away enough away from the spawner that more zombies can continue to spawn, and they'll be outside the exclusion zone down here. So to continue on, I'm just going to copy the pattern for the walls and the roof, and I'll come back to you then. And we're back. Just giving you a quick update. I kind of got distracted but this is how far I've got so far. I had built it and was working on the next stage, but I realized I had to move the whole thing down 2 blocks. So I've got a temporal walkway here. Inside joke. But inside here, I've got plenty of room to work now, and I actually ended up ripping out a lot of the stone, and I've left the lighting in place for the time being. I'll have to rewire that later on. And I've got some coloured wall blocks in the ceiling here. And if you haven't guessed already, this is supposed to look like a mob spawner from a distance. This whole cage, mob cage. Now it doesn't look like the mob cage in Mises textures, but in the default textures. And I was going to throw some coloured walls inside the glass, in the roof and around the sides here, so that when you're looking at it from distance, it looks like simulation of the sort of flames and the green and blue and stuff from the zombie himself. But yeah, I'm gonna have to tear out all of this and then redo it all, because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna upgrade this to the version that Panda has in his Let's Play. I think it was it episode 6 or 9, I can't remember. But yeah, I'm going to basically rebuild that here. And this may not become a permanent part of the server. It may only be until we finish digging out the perimeter. But even so, I want an excuse to take a break from digging and an excuse to build something. This seemed like a bit of a fun thing to do. So in the meantime, we were just doing a live stream, and we were building one of the witch spawning platforms, which if you missed the live stream, well, you're going to have to wait until the next server tour, I suppose. Let's take all this down. Right, I just threw some levers on those lamps for the time being. Let's scoop up all this stuff, and I'm going to get to building the whole switch thing. I'm going to build some channels to bring the zombies all to one place and set up the pistons and stuff to push them through a portal into the nether. And I'm going to try and get the portals to match up, but it's a bit of a pain because they're so close to the ones in the storage room over there. But yeah, I'll try and get some of that done, and I'll come back to you with another update in less than a second. And here we are. It's pretty much finished, apart from a bit of window dressing with some color blocks, and these are to sort of signify the flame effect that you see inside of a mob cage when it's spawning mobs, when you're within range and that. But anyway, let's see what we got here. This is, like I mentioned, basically exactly what Panda built in his Let's Play, except it's only on one side. And let me tell you, it was tricky getting everything to fit into this cube because of the 16 by 16 space. There's a few issues. One of them, I wanted a block below the ceiling for the coloured walls, and I also wanted the mobs to be far enough below the spawner so that they're out of the exclusion zone and you can continue to spawn more zombies, fill this up. And also to get all of this stuff to work, the clock and all the bits and pieces, just getting everything to fit in here was a little bit tricky, but I managed it. And this is finished. So the main section is the piece that pushes them into the nether. So if you flip this switch, that will lift the mobs up with these pistons and then push them into the portal. And then we have the same thing set up on the other side of the portal, so I can push them back into here. And I could have just done this in the spawn chunks and turned off mob spawning for the entire server, but that's not really what we wanted. It's just for this area while we dig out the perimeter. As you can see, there's tons of slimes, all kind of mobs floating around down there. So I'll turn the clock on. That's dispensed a pumpkin. Actually, I think it did too, but it's alright. And turn the lights off so we can get some zombies. There's one going now. And he'll make his way around the water flow here and drop down onto those pistons. And he didn't actually pick up a pumpkin. That's just the skin from Mises. So let's see if we can get some more. It's probably a bit light in here still because I've got to cover up a bit more the windows. There's another one. Will he pick up the pumpkin? Yep, he picked one up. And the clock did a tick there and spat out a replacement pumpkin to sit on the pressure plate. Let's see, there's another one. So the way I had it before was it was just spitting out pumpkins every time a zombie went by, which wasted a lot of them. This way I don't have to use so many. But I'm going to sit back and let this fill up with zombies, and then I'll probably have to get back to more digging. Alright, that's it for this episode. Thanks a lot. Leave a like, comments, feedback, anything. That'd be nice. Alright, see you later.